got ourselves team 2 together with, we got ourselves Braun. Oh, I like that mug. Look at them glasses, dude. A sophisticated wolf. That's a one sophisticated furry. We got ourselves Chat as well. What's up, Chat? How you doing, my man? Houston, we got us in Chicago, as well as Copy Finn. Lots of variety in Team 2 and plenty of variety in Team 1 with Blood Gorge Christina. We got ourselves Loco P. We got ourselves, oh my god, who's this? As well as Archie. Is Archie going first? Somebody getting set up in Wild Spirit or Kindred Spirits. I think for PvP, you want to Kindred Spirits on yourself, don't you? Loco P. Copium first? Oh no, boys. Why you guys letting the Warlock play first? I mean, let him play, right? But damn, Shackles getting used up early against Loco P is gonna go for a big old gateway. The Shackles do slow down Braun for quite a bit, but it does create a little bit of a necrotic effect onto the health bar of Loco P. Although it seems the necrotic is very, very small. It says 13,000 of their health, but I don't think it's that big at all. Gonna be a Soul Rod getting set up onto Broton because Broton did Trinket. Mortal Coil getting set down with a Bonza Fell, almost walking. Oh! Did walk out of it. I think the guy was trying to see if he maybe will start walking towards a pillar while getting himself a little bit of healing, but that massive explosions from the fell is just too much, dude. It's just too much. What's up, Prisma? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Oregon? Yeah, dude. Oregon. How you doing, my guy? I hope you're having a good one. Chat up next is a Pala. What covenant, though? That's my question. Is that Kyrian? Most likely, most paladins, most of the paladins in PvP are Kyrian. Big old Casbolt getting set up. Chat trying to see if we can bail out of there. Double Casbolt eats 2 of them. Has to get himself a bit of flashlight. See and lock up and coping around the corner. Does go, I think, for Battle Master Trinket with the Shield of Vengeance, which I believe does that make Shield of Vengeance actually a better trinket. Big old blind onto Loco P. Trinkets out of it as he sees the Seraphim coming out. And Chet is gonna have to waddle over back towards the pillar. Not in a great position right now. Trying to see if he might be able to deal with Loco P as best as he can. This is gonna be stunned around the corner with a Cataclysm. Bubbles with no health at all. Oh my goodness, that was a big turnaround. The Warlock really went all in. Chat has himself a Hand of Freedom, trying to see if he can swing around the corner. Does get a Hodge onto Loco P, trying to see if he can swap pets. Doesn't really get to. And that's going to be Lock bailing out of there. Might be able to still go for a big pet swap. Going to be his main pet getting feared. Got himself a slow to Chet. Feared to follow. Actually just continuing to go for damage immolation. Bonza fell with a Soul Rod. Chet is just going to take lots of damage. Does have wings available for a second there with Word of Glory to maintain himself. But otherwise, he's actually A-okay. This Houston guy, man, he's just out in the open. Maybe he just wants to get a closer look of the duel or something. It's hard to tell. Chat is going to have to run the long distance towards Loco P. Didn't even hit him with a slow. He just hit him with that succubus CC, dude. He wanted for him to get closer just so he can go as far as he can. Hit him with a Bonza Fell. Chaos Bolt. Is he going to walk it away? He does it to walk at Loco P. Trying to get the holy power. Got him some Seraphim, but that's going to be Mortal Coil running in the opposite direction. Trying to see if he can stay in. Trying to go for that blind onto Loco P. Big judgment getting thrown in, but looks like Loco P got them insta-cast though, boys. Big damage off of that. With Copy Finn walking up next, is going to hit with a mortal immolation aura. Well, immolation. Mortal Coil. Immolation Coil. I literally messed up my words for a second there. My brain turned off for a moment. I'm sorry, guys. Copy Finn, though, trying to see if he can maintain himself. Copy and Loco P. Actually, I've had a bit of a back and forth before. Enhancement versus Warlock. Like the back and forth. I wonder if Copy might be the one. Trying to see if he can static charge Totem the Loco P to keep him in the prison. But it looks like he is unable to. Gonna be a big old Casbolt getting set up onto Copy. Got himself plenty of self-kills available. Wall comes out. Does he have a Tremor for this? He does drop down a Tremor. That's going to be Loco P. Probably might be a good idea to kill the Tremor. Does kill it. Maybe a Stun Totem on top of that incap. It looks like no Stun Totem just yet. That's going to be a Wind Fury getting set up. The Copy does have the Grounding Totem up very, very soon. That Fear Casbolt is going to hurt quite a bit. Copy, does he have the Maelstrom? Does have the Maelstrom. Does have plenty of self-healing. And while he got the Maelstrom, he should be A-okay. He's rocking the Earth Shield too. That's going to give him even more self-heals. Loco P looking for that reset with that Earth Elemental. I don't know if Copyfin actually disabled the Earth Elemental or what. Maybe he did. He might have. Shadow Fury around the corner as Loco P literally not even looking at Copy. Mortal Coil said at him with a Fury right after. Just got him completely locked out. Bonzafell dropping in, and Copy is going to naturally with that Fear walk out of Bonzafell. Does sneak away a heal. It looks like he's just looking for a bit of a reset himself. Needs him to get himself a bit of mobility to catch up to Loco P. Does slow down the slow totem. Does have the shock totem, static totem down. Big old board available for Loco P. Made sure to take down that totem as the shaman was approaching him. Just trying to deal with him as best as possible. Actually, he's gonna DPS the spring totem, which is not a terrible idea. It is gonna give him lots of resources. Copperfield still trying to maintain Maelstrom, trying to generate some Maelstrom for the pet from the pet of Loco P. Setting up a Primordial Bolt. Maybe can get some big zaps off of Loco P. The Kevin Slime trying to go for some spits of his own. A copy. Finally got himself some damage. Finally trying to go for a big bursty setup with a sentence. Loco P does have a port and sneaks behind the pillar, leaving him with just a Bonzafell. Even pulling the pet back, not giving him any Maelstrom whatsoever. Copperfield at least wants to get some Maelstrom. Maybe even if you can just kill this pet, that's a constant slow that at least can be removed. And Loco P most likely going to throw a Mortal Coil at the guy, maybe quick summon a pet. Tremor Totem not down just yet. That's going to be a stun. Copy finally able to get himself some damage. Mortal Coil getting trickered out. Static Totem is up. Loco P needs to target the Totem ASAP. Actually unable to get out of it. Does Gateway through it though. So it looks like the Avery gets him out with a port right after juking Copy completely. Wolves are still on him. Just kind of sliding to him. Fear, Loco P got himself a big go. Copy's gonna take big old Cancel Soul Rider right after. Does have plenty of healing. The Fleshcraft is up and running. It's gonna get an interrupt off of Fleshcraft. Hex onto Loco P. It looks like Copy's actually in a good spot where Bonzafell shouldn't trigger. Loco P dropping down, big old Infernal Cancel flying. Copy looking for that line of sight. Does get a wall rolling. It's going to be Earth Shield up and running as well. Mortal Coil walking him away from the wall. Cataclysm is going to connect with that Cancel and down the boy goes. That was just super unfortunate. Mortal Coil running him the hell out of there, man. That was just kind of upsetting. Is Houston next? I guess Houston is next. Houston being kind of out in the open, not starting in the starting area, is a little bit weird. Not gonna lie. I'm not really sure what this goofball is doing. Also, is this guy wearing like the gear from 9.1? Like the Domination Sockets gear? I mean, I guess, right? If you don't really have any PvP sets, that is 226. And they do have Versa. I think Hates Versa and Master Versa on one of them. Which at least has versatility of some sort, right? Houston, though, looking for a bit of a reset himself. Try to back the hell out. Might be able to wait out the Soul Rod as well as the Immolation to maybe get a reset. Doesn't have it as easy as Rogues do with resets. Big old leap towards Loco P. Mortal Coil again inside out with the Fear right after. Barkskin is up for Houston. Does Loco P go for the big go? He's trying to go for a bit of a setup. Shadow Mill getting used for Houston as he takes a bit of damage himself. Houston better be very, very careful with the wall whenever he uses it. Bear from Fleshcraft to get himself the most amount of healing as possible. Leaping on top of Loco P, trying to make the damage happen. We're out of the 8-minute mark, and the 20% dampening, so the healing is going to be reduced quite heavily. Bonzafell get a drop down, and Houston is going to have to walk into it. Did he just take damage, or did he just re-stealth from it? Did he just stealth out the Bonzafell? Does that actually break it? That's actually kind of nuts if that breaks it. Going to be an opener onto Loco P, finally able to get the opener. That's going to be full bleeds up and running for Houston. Does he go for the full setup? Got himself the swarm up and running. Loco P is actually taking quite a bit of bleed damage from him. Throwing down whatever dots he can and back into Houston. Actions trying to see if he can reverse that dot damage of his own. Big instant cast flying. Houston in bear form, trying to see if he can maintain himself. Shadow Fury does miss. The dots do connect with Houston. Has a slime shield absorbing a lot of the dot damage. And Loco P swings around the corner to hit him with at least one more conflagrate. Integral roots up. Does not get interrupted. Going to be maybe low on health. Houston is in a bad spot. Does go for a wall. Kevin Slime does join the fight. And that's going to give him a small shield. Get himself a regrowth or two. And he needs to get the dots back set up onto Loco P. That's going to be Tiger's Fury with a short maim, short roar to follow. Kind of out of defensive options. If Loco P has any Chaos Bolts ready, he might be in a good spot. Big Chaos Bolt getting set up. Bonzafell right after, but it's going to take a lot of damage while in that bear form, dude. Whatever it is, the cast is going to go to Mortal Coil. Does create some line of sight for a second, but Loco P does see him. So far for Houston, he's been a bit of a hind paw. Let's say, so he's the Druid. Another go, going to be a no trinket for Loco P. Trinket actually for Houston. Did he Shadow Meld the Fear for a second? Tracker's Frenzy is up. It's going to have the full burst up and running versus Houston. Loco P taking quite a bit of damage though. And Houston tried to see if he could bow out while all these pets are on him. Might just end up kind of bleeding out Loco P Copium if possible. Trying to maintain the dots the best they can. Lockup is trying to turn some of the dot damage around on him, recovering a lot of health. What is this Oban he's running? There's got to be like something that has to do with healing. Big interrupted to Houston. Pop it in a bear throw. Flesh Cup might be the only thing that saves him right now, as Lockup is just continuing to put on pressure on the boy. Barely any health available at all. He needs an emergency heal right now. Frenzy Regen will be wonderful at this point. Is going to get some Frenzy Regen. Actually massive healing. Get him more regrowths up and running. As long as there's no pest to interrupt him, be okay. Still holding on to the Flesh Cuff too. That's a pretty big shield for him. Big Casbolt getting set up by Loco P. One Casbolt and a Shadow Fury. Maybe another Casbolt. I think that actually could maybe be the answer. Houston, is that enough? That does take him out with that Casbolt. Oh my goodness, dude. That's going to be immediate curse slow onto Chicago, just trying to take the momentum from one player into the next. You know what I mean? Inferno with a Cataclysm around the corner. Try to see if he can get himself binds. Isn't able to. Chicago is under lots of pressure. Actually does get interrupted to take on Nature. Super unfortunate, putting lots of pressure on the boy as Locopi just turned up the heat, just rotating even more cooldowns together. Chicago trying to avoid these pets as best as possible. Add the high deputy we have of 56%. It is quite rough. Mortar Coil. I think Locopi just has him with instance. Actually just takes him down with instance at the end, dude. Just Shadow Furies and Conflagrates. That is so rough, dude. The guy does absolutely unholy damage. Who on the team got 21 damage? Is it me or did somebody on the team actually just got 21 damage? Huh? That's crazy. Who was that? I thought I saw something, dude. Destro always goes crazy in PvP and mid-X pack. They also did get a lot of new Onatons, someone ADK. They got some really nutty ones. Like base, better damage for Chaos Bolts.